Hey everybody, Aaron here, and Happy New Year's. I hope that your New Year's is really good today. I really hope everything's going well. So I just want to talk about essentially what's going to happen with the channel, what I'm doing with it for the new year. So 2015, I started my channel, and this is not my first time trying YouTube channel, by the way. Way back when, I think when I was still in high school, I did try YouTube. I made three videos, I believe, maybe two, I want to say, and I was met with really bad comments and really harsh words, and they weren't words of critiquing anything, like saying, oh, this is not working, this is not working. They were words that were just like hurtful to my actual person and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm trying to get a pity party for it, because it's not a big deal. But I remember that when at the time it was a big deal for me. I actually was like, I'm not gonna do this. It's not fun. It wasn't fun to me, and I didn't want to do anything on YouTube anymore. Then I talked about this in I think my first video, that it's also in my about section. But I love anime, and I've always loved anime for a long time, and I always thought, I used to review it on just typing it. Like, I used to type on various websites, different reviews for stuff. I do reviews on Amazon once in a while here and there too. But you know I always wanted to do reviews for anime in general. I really did. And I figured, you know what? Why not make a YouTube channel? Why don't not try it one more time? See what happens. So I started reviewing stuff. I started my first review with Steins Gate, and the positive concepts I got for it was so awesome. I was blown away that you know the slight difference I made in terms of how I presented myself and what I decided to do and what not to do really went a lot further. And even when I had critiquing or criticism, it wasn't in the scale of just, oh, it's you're insulting me. It's more so you're trying to teach me how to be better at what I'm doing. Like, my friends like Bakajuni, Shiro, Yuki, for example, Brago, Oz, Simply Rose. All of these people have really shown me some love by telling me, oh, hey, we like your reviews. Oh, we think you can do this better. We think you could add this. Maybe try to add background music, etc., etc. And I took all that into consideration. I really did, because I wanted to make a channel that was, fun and simple. And I remember, I started off doing these things. It was only maybe 4 months ago now, and in 4 months, I got 100 subscribers for a no name channel. Actually, 106 right now. Currently, I'm standing at, and I was amazed. I was so happy, and I always said that I didn't want to get paid for YouTube. I really never wanted to do that, because honestly, it's not worth it to me. I'm not that big yet. If I get more popular and I get, like, instead of only 60 or 70 views per video, I want to get like 1,000 per se. Then I'll start thinking about doing actual monetization. Get some cash flow from this, just an extra concept. But one thing I want to promise you guys, going from here till whenever I stop doing this channel, I want to say this right now, guys. I always want to keep making sure that my reviews are the same as they are now. That's the stuff that you fall in love with, and the stuff that you subscribe to my channel for, because you either find me somewhat funny. I don't find myself funny at all. um, you either find my reviews interesting, or you find my reviews simple. And I honestly don't think I do reviews that great. I think I do them all right. I think that other channels that I'm subscribed to do a lot better. The people I just mentioned, I think, do a better job in terms of talking about reviews. But what I wanted to do with my reviews was, I didn't want to be the what was the word if I'm looking for, the type of reviewer who just does it the way that other people do it. I wanted to make it my own review. So what I did was, I wanted to make sure that I told you guys everything about the show in less than a certain amount of time. I didn't want to go to 15 minutes per review. I wanted to be under at least 10 minutes. I know some of my reviews go a little bit over, and they sometimes encroach into that 15-minute territory. But those are like longer reviews. Those are ones that I'm reviewing multiple things, so it's kind of understandable to be that high. But I always avoid going into like long, lengthy, college bound type reviews, because honestly, I don't think those are fun. All the channels I'm subscribed to, minus maybe one or two of them, are channels that do reviews in a way that's unique and refreshing. You have people that want to review stuff because they love the stuff I love equally. So when they review something, they review it from the heart. You can tell that it's their input, their thoughts, their concepts put onto visual format and put into narration, rather than making like an actual stage script of going, oh, can I review this, and that. That, don't get me wrong, there's nothing per se wrong with that, but I think it takes the fun out of what makes anime so awesome. Anime is something that's amazing. It's so much fun. Everyone can get behind it, enjoy it. You know, there's anime for everyone. Even if you're not a huge anime fan, like take for example, my dad's not a huge anime fan, but I got him to watch Black Lagoon and Berserk, for example, because they are, you know, more violent but mature shows, and he really enjoyed them. He thought they were really cool. And you know, he watched stuff from the old days like Gigantor and Voltron, but you know, besides that, he doesn't like the, you know, the stupid stuff that is in anime, to him at least. And that just show you though that there is anime for everyone. You know, even if you're not a huge anime fan or a otaku, you can enjoy anime. And I think when you review it in a way that lets you say that you're enjoying it, when you review something and go, I enjoy it because this, and that, it makes it more presentable and more fun to watch. You know, a lot of the channels, the few channels that I am subscribed to that do the kind of like college bound level of, you know, reviewing, it almost like it takes the fun and joy out of anime. When you start talking about it in a way that's like, oh, I'm trying to write an essay that's going to be published, why? You know, this is supposed to be a medium that's supposed to be fun and exciting and different, and kind of wonky and crazy, and you know, just filled with weird things sometimes. Because anime is weird, but I think when you overanalyze it, it kills it. You know, you can overanalyze all day. Why is every character in high school? Why is every character like this? Why does every character have spiky hair? You can do that all day long, and you wouldn't be. It's not that there's anything wrong with that per se, but you know, sometimes you also have to play ignorance to it and go, I like the show not because the art style per se, but because the show does this, because the show is interesting, because it's psychological thriller, because it's a romance, because it's, you know, just fun to watch, because it's depressing, but in a way that's not morbid depressing. It's more so depressing to give you the feels, you know, that feeling of life, the feeling of joy, the feeling of acceptance, sacrifice, etc., etc. Anime can do it all, in my opinion, and it's done it all, in my opinion. And to review it was my goal because I've seen so much anime. I've seen, like I said before, in one of my anime tags way back when, I've watched a lot of anime. You know, I don't think people understand that until they start seeing that I can do all these reviews one after another. I'm not going on like Wikipedia, or I'm not going on different websites to look up plot lines and plot devices. No, I'm reviewing it because I've seen it before. I know what it feels like to watch the show. I know how it is. I know what the pacing is. Yeah, okay. Because of some of my older reviews, I might say I forgot some of the names, so I have to look it up. That's because how many people remember people's names in general? I'm terrible with people's names in general, but you have to actually then, you know, remember hundreds and hundreds of anime names. It's hard, you know. So sometimes I do have to look up the name and just make sure I look up the name, the setting, so I remember. Oh, okay, it takes place in this place or this town, or you know, the guy's name is this. But overall, though, you know, it's I've seen these shows, and I've enjoyed them, and they're shows that have built me into a, you know, I want to say the encyclopedia of anime essentially, because I've known so much. Like I've had my friends have joked that, you know, they'll mention an anime that's kind of obscure and they say, oh, you'll never get this, and I'll be like, oh, I know what that is instantaneously, or it might take me a couple seconds. You know, I'm gonna be humble about it. It might take me a few seconds, a minute or two, but I'll be like, oh, is that series? And they're like, oh, you got it right. But what I'm trying to convey is that I enjoy reviewing anime, and I enjoy anime in general. So I want to make sure that, you know, everyone else that watches these videos enjoys anime. And for me to do that, I think presenting it in a simple format, you know, presenting it just not so it's so overly educated that it makes it fun. You know, you guys will watch it. You know, you can watch it at any age level. So far, I've had people from age of 14 to high 20s to 30s watch my reviews, and that's really awesome because that means that I'm getting across the age barrier by doing the reviews this way. While I've heard other channels, you know, some people go, I didn't understand what he said at all because it didn't make sense. He spoke in words that don't make any sense to me, and that's understandable. You know, hey, listen, not everyone's not everyone's a college-bound student yet. Some people are younger and don't understand certain words, and you're doing reviews to try to make yourself sound smarter. That is not that is not fun to me. I think that's stupid, in my opinion. But one thing I want, like I said, I promise you guys, I'm gonna keep the format of the way I'm doing it. What I want now, let me get to the actual update video. I know I kind of talked about it, but I wanted to talk about this year, and I wanted to talk about where I've come as a channel. So I hope you guys stick around for that so far. You know, I want to do this year coming. I want to do a few things differently with my channel. Besides I made the intro and outro, which is like I think it was good to see me a lot longer. I looked up some very helpful YouTube channels and they were amazing. That it just taught me how to do it, and I'm like, wow, that was that simple. And here I am, like scared, crapless because I can't do it myself. And here it is, like, oh, this is just, you just add this and this, and you're done. I'm like, are you kidding? That's it? I'll do that in 2 seconds. Like the outro, for example, is done PowerPoint, and I'm like, so I did it in PowerPoint, but I changed the formatting so it was a actual video format, and lo and behold, I have an outro now. It was that simple, and I always thought, oh wait, this could be really complicated. I thought that it was amazing to me that I thought that, but lo and behold, it wasn't that bad. And listen, the intro and outro aren't perfect. They're what they are right now. Is to show that, hey, I'm taking everyone's comments. I'm taking the consideration of making my channel look more presentable, and I'm working with it. I'm trying to make it better. I mean, come on, I've come a long way from the days on my camera, and then the days of me filming only on my camera from my computer screen. I've come a long way from that in a short amount of time. So I think it's pretty cool. But from now on, what I want to do is I want to do Monday and Fridays. I want to do vlogs, and I'm not calling them the vlogs anymore. I think I'm going to call them the anime discussions, where every week I'll have two different topics I talk about. So, for example, I might talk about, I don't know, the best and worst male characters. Why are most harems stupid? Why is it that, I don't know, what type of anime fan are you, for example? Stuff like that. I want to do more of that. I want to do more anime quizzes if I figure out how to capture them better. I don't want to do them on film, but I am going to do more of those. But I want to do reviews still. I'm going to do reviews as much as I'm doing now. It's just going to be 2 days less because I'm going to do Monday and Friday being the anime discussions. Now, if, like, for example, when school starts up and I'm really busy, then you'll just have anime reviews on those days because those are my backlog reviews, and that will be, for me, simpler to do. But for the most part, I really want to do more of those anime discussions because I know you guys really like them, and I think they're fun to do. They're really simple to do, but they're also fun. I am going to do more top 10s. I'm going to work on stuff like that. Am I going to do them all the time? No, because they're a lot of work, and I still don't get the feedback I want from them, per se. It's not that, I don't get feedback at all. I mean, I've had all of you guys give me a lot of feedback on the Christmas one, for example, and all that, but I want to get I want to get a little bit more feedback with them, so I'm not going to do them as frequently as I used to. They'll be maybe like twice a month, maybe, type thing. Because I kid you not, guys, they really are hard work. I mean, any YouTuber that does those top 10s or top 20s will tell you. They might look like they're only 15 minutes long or 10 minutes long, whatever amount of time you do with them more. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half to do them. Because then you have to edit them, you have to make sure the annotations are the correct places, the actual captions, you have to make sure they fit in, you have to make sure the music's right, you have to make sure the narration syncs with them, and that is a tedious process. It's fun to do, don't get me wrong, if you really have nothing to do, but it is tedious and difficult at times. It really is. And while my simple reviews are actually, for me, not that bad, because I mean, even if it takes me 3 or 4 takes, I can just restart it. It's not a big deal. It takes me like 2 minutes to restart it and just go back to where I was. But yeah, guys and girls, I really want to thank you guys for a wonderful year for 2015. 2015 was, I don't want to say a stressful year for me, but toward the end of it, it was stressful. I had college papers and college tests to take. I was doing interview processing, which was very hard work. It's not that I've never done an interview process before, but the job I want specifically, and I'm not going to talk about it on here because that's more private, but it was a lot of forms and paperwork, and for me to do that, I mean, like, I was going back between years of like different places I lived in and different stuff, and it just was a lot of work. It was really tedious, and it's kind of showing what the job's going to be, one of the aspects of it, but I still enjoyed it because I still want to do that job. Don't get me wrong, it's just that it was a lot of work. And sometimes the best things in life, aren't easy to get. They aren't free. That's why the quote says that. You have to work for them, and that's one thing that I want to say, guys and girls, going on 2016. I really want to get more views. I want to get more subscribers on here, because even though this is a hobby, you guys take it seriously enough. You guys enjoy this. You guys watch my videos and my reviews and stuff like that. So even though this is a hobby for me, I want to present it as something that's worth you guys subscribing to. I want this channel to be awesome, and you guys made it awesome so far. Besides me editing and stuff like that behind the scenes, it's you guys that I'm working for and I'm working towards to make you guys more happy. So keep the comments going. Listen, I don't mind critique and criticism. I really don't. It's something that, as someone who writes, I get a lot of criticism and critiquing when I do something, and it's okay. I'm not going, oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want. No, I'm not defensive in that nature because I want to become better. And for the only way for someone to become better is because I mean, by actually learning how you made mistakes and what you can do to improve them. So it's not that a big deal to me. So I'm gonna end this video soon. Guys, I want you to have a wonderful New Year's. If I want you guys to really strive for the stars. Your dreams are gonna be important. I know that you guys are dealing with whatever world you're dealing with, and whatever issues and greatness that you guys are going through and doing so with. I just want to know that I pray for all of you. I love you guys, really. I really do. Even if I don't talk to you directly, even if you don't comment all the time, I really do take appreciation that you subscribe to my channel. And I pray to all of you that are watching this that you have an amazing new year, that everything goes the way you want it to go, both financially, love wise, whatever you have to go through. I hope it goes well for you this year. So as always, guys, until our paths cross again, have a good one, everyone. Bye.